Now, the LEGO Ideas 40448 is one of the best ideas of just having a classical car on a summer drive. It's really relaxing. You've got this beachfront on the background with the city in the back. No noise, just relaxing out there, shades on, just having a good time. Now, this was a little bit of an older uh, gift with purchase, and it's a surprise that I'm getting around to it now. But it does come with 189 pieces and is a both very relaxing build and a good looking car for any city, or just kind of little display piece that you can place with most things. Unless it's Star Wars, where basically everything looks out of place, that's relatively normal. But anyways, this is a nice set. The box looks great. You get two minifigures, with the box being a little bit more on the vehicle itself, where you've got two seats, a little bit of fun headlights and backlights, and a nice little license plate to boot with that. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely a nice looking car design with a fantastic choice of blue that really just ties everything together, with both the white, the classical design, and the coloring really bring back a lot of memories of just, earlier times for vehicles, and I think that's a good thing, and the set does a great job of accomplishing that. But let's get on to the set. Now, this set does give us two minifigures. The first is going to be this blonde-haired woman who is the driver of this vehicle. Now, they're going to do a splendid job driving this beauty of a car, and they do have themselves some pink-rimmed glasses there, which look great. They're happy about it. They're having a good little day out there on the drive. They have a little bit of pink lipstick around their mouth there, as well as a very black jacket that goes on top of a white and black striped shirt with a little bit of greenish coloring, which is supposed to be the yellow skin tone. However, doing some double printing there for specifically like skinish tones always looks a little bit terrible on minifigures, which is a bit unfortunate for this figure here. However, the jacket does look great, and the color choice does work well with this minifigure, and also the contrast of like the burned pink for the pants does look great. In comparison, adds a little bit of contrast while still keeping some of the already established colors for the minifigure's head, which is great. Now, the back of the hair does have a ponytail. The face is a little bit more closed mouth, still excited about that drive. Has a little bit of a smirk instead of just an open smile. And the back of the jacket has a little bit of space for the shirt that shows underneath. So it's a little bit of a shorter jacket, doesn't go a little bit more down. It's one of the shortcut jackets, which you can tell by the fact that we get some of that pattern there of the shirt on the back, but also you can see a little bit of that edging for the jacket. Not really a hood, but more of just like some more studding on the back of it towards the collar area, which is interesting. Still a nice minifigure to get in this set. Now, our other character does have a set of black flowing hair, which is pretty generic. It's like something that you'd expect many minifigures from either the LEGO Ideas line or LEGO City. It's just a hair piece. It's pretty generically reused. It's nothing special. They do have a more classical headpiece with those glasses, which have a little bit of shine to them, but these have been used a lot more in earlier years, except for when they changed it from like the helicopter motorcycle drivers there. They changed it to a more black style shades, but this is cool to see a more classical head used. For this character, they do have a little bit of a Squids basketball team jacket, which you can tell a little bit easier on the back. They do have a blue shirt with orange sleeves there, which looks pretty good. It's a little bit interesting. Definitely a custom torso there for this character, with just some black pants matching the hair there. Next up, we do have the back, which does show off that wonderful Squids just back print. It looks great, and honestly, I feel like it's for like a basketball team, it definitely is a nice design. You've got the basketball in the Squids like head there, which is great, and honestly, it's just colorful, it's fun. It's definitely a good design that they chose for this character. But they didn't get a second head, which is a bit disappointing, considering it would have made more sense if they both had a secondary expression, one that's a bit but they generally didn't do those for the glasses face, which he has here, so bit unfortunate, but hey, we at least get ourselves a nice torso. Now, you can fit both minifigures inside the little seat there, which is great. You can have yourself the driver and the minifigure in there, which is absolutely fantastic. But it's just a nice design. Realistically, it's not that big, which makes it pretty compact for storage, but it also has a lot of details intermixed. For instance, we do have a little bit of a gauge there using next to the steering wheel, so that's great. This isn't a stick shift, it is a manual, however there isn't a stick to begin with for the manual even, so it is a little bit compact there. It does have a little bit of tan seating and a little bit of blue still in there. We've got a good use of these side mirrors here. There is no central mirror, but that kind of makes sense. There isn't really space for it, but these side mirrors, pretty simple, but they do look great. We do have surfboards being used as the little door piece, which is absolutely fantastic and good use of pieces. And we do have what looks to be a potential trunk. You can't really fit anything in there because there isn't enough space, but it's there for aesthetic purposes. We do have the red lights and the license plate at the back, with a nice bit of curvature there for the bumper, which looks great. We also do get a little bit of Technic tubing there for the little angles there for the lights, which is kind of nice. And then also the white rim around there, just to make it a little bit sleeker. Now, the front of it does have a bit of a hood ornament, which is nice, a little bit of a ski there, while also using these little bubble arches here, so are the taillights. Headlights at the front, sorry, and then it also kind of opens up to get that grill there. No real grill, but it has the implication that there is one there, which is pretty nice, and again with that curvature of the bumper making look absolutely fantastic. The underside is nothing spectacular, but then again you aren't really looking at the underside for this set. It's more about the top aesthetics that count. And for that reason is why I would think that this is a fantastic gift with purchase. It's nothing too big where, you've got yourself a long building experience. But for I think it was like $75 that you had to pay this to get this, I think it's very nice. You get a lot of value in this little small package here. And it definitely succumbs to something that is very nice and definitely long lasting. You can definitely find a good use for this in a city build. You can definitely find a good use of this for a display. It's just got a decent amount of use for something that isn't all that expensive. It's probably way more expensive now, but for the time, it was definitely a nice gift with purchase. So I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.